Greetings, magnificent, precious, perfect spirit soul that you are. Perfect means you don't need to have anything added or taken away. Always something taken away, not from who you are. See, okay, I'm going to get back on the subject here. How to increase your good fortune. Our only problem is that we get in the way, that we put our bloated nothingness, you might say, our belief system that we're living with, out of the way, because it's telling us things all the time. And if you listen to the mind, it's going to tell you, just watch it, listen to it, it's going to tell me it's your friend. Just, you won't believe me, and I don't want you to believe me. I want you to do your own work. It's really, really important. In fact, that's what I like when you come to retreats, or I'm going to be doing programs here at Mount Shasta. So for people in Siskiyou County or Shasta or even up into Oregon, you can come down for the day and such, because I'm going to be working a lot on manifestation. And you have friends in those areas, or you're interested in that, just have them email me, Terry@terrycolewhitaker.com. It's just, you know, it's on my website, and that's at the bottom of the video, okay? And let them, so they can email me, and I can put them just on an email list to let them know when I'm going to be doing this and what we're going to be doing. So, anyway, how to really increase your good fortune. And what that means is you have to get yourself out of the way of, and that has to do with the beliefs, the concepts, the reality that you have agreed to and believe is absolute and true is controlling you and what happens to you. It is until you know what it's doing and you no longer allow the mind or thoughts or concepts or beliefs to control you and who you are, nor define who you are. That's what's so interesting when people want to share about their children. So many people want to tell you what they have, the money they have, or the education they got and all that, because that glorifies the parent, makes them feel really proud and fabulous for the moment, because people are living in quiet desperation. And this, not even quiet, but it is a desperation, it is a deep sadness and a deep longing, deep sorrow, because of our disconnect from our beloved source, our partner. And how to have and increase your good fortune is to increase your relationship with the divine, to build your God consciousness, not your consciousness of the fabricated individual you call yourself. That's not who you are, but we use the word self. The self is not the body. That's the big lie. And that is the illusion that you are your physical body, and that's who you are, and that defines who you are. And what happens with the defining who you are, that's like insect mentality, where everybody has, all the different ants have a different job to do, and they have a body so they can perform that job. They don't have, they can't be anything other than ants. Well, the truth of the matter, you can't be anyone other than who you are, but you can pretend or believe you're somebody other than who you are, and believe in there's no hope. And the problem with hope, it also brings hopelessness. Hope for what? I'm hoping my life gets better. I'm hoping that there is no future. If you're not there now, you never will be, because it can't be the future or the past. And then when people have all this longing, then they look for morsels of pleasure in the memory somehow. They can relive it and have it again, but it's also fleeting. As I was talking to one of members of my mentoring persons, and they come to retreats a couple of times a year. Actually, I've been working with them for years and years. One, she's a fabulous writer. She's now in the Hall of Fame of science fiction writing. She's got her works being published all over the world. She's self-taught. She got all of this herself. And her good fortune, and then finding it that some of the people that were also working with her in certain writing classes became envious of her and weren't happy for her good fortune. And so when we want to actually increase our good fortune, it's increase your relationship with the divine, and therefore you're no longer allowing the mind or concepts to control you. You are you're no longer, yes, allowing that to control your good fortune, but what you're doing is you're now living in harmony with nature, with the divine. So you're no longer participating in the reality that causes bad fortune. And it isn't good versus bad, I don't mean that, but to be fortunate, or to fortunate, I mean, the words don't describe it, but that whole sense of security and a sense of fulfillment and satisfaction and knowing you have no fear of death because you know that doesn't exist. You just drop the concept, and it's almost like you step out of a garment, but don't look at the garment and go back to it, okay? Because also insects shed, like a caterpillar will shed its garment to become a butterfly. So you want to shed the garment of the false that's telling you you're not okay, you're not fortunate, there's always struggle, and then there's war, and humans are this, and then creating us hating and having fear. So what we want to do is, first of all, is to stop eating animals if you're doing that. Because the killing and the eating of animals is actually the tree in the garden. That is the forbidden fruit. It's not some apple. That's ridiculous. Apples are one of the most healing fruits that you could possibly use. And they're not going to bother anybody. They're actually good for you. Try to have one every day if you could. And the forbidden fruit is the flesh and the blood of a living entity, because that is their body, but they're also, because who we are, that capability, we immerse ourselves in this, so we feel that pain and that suffering as reflected in the mind of whatever we're going through. And then compounding that, then we start affirming that's who we are, that's our nature, that's how humans are, that's what life is like, that's what's going to happen because they told me and this is it. And we're running to so-called authorities outside. They're saying they want to combine science and religion like they're the same. Well, they were the same, but religion was supreme. Not religion. It was more about the seeking of the divine and how life worked and such. So then then what happens is, if they become mind-centered, they then give science the power of God. And then that which is spirituality, or we would call religion, but I don't mean religion of all that, but the spirituality then has to be confirmed by science, what science tells you is true or not. That then completely will eliminate people who believe that, their natural ability for divine magic, for their connection with the divine, and always struggling for everything and trying to maintain, and always in fear and guilt, continuously, always. And because the program is you're not good enough and you never will be good enough and all of that, no matter what and you could try, that's a lie, because you are whole, complete, and perfect at the level of who you are. And that is, we are eternity, and you are that witness and observer. So to increase your good fortune, you've got to be in harmony with nature. You've got to be in harmony with the divine. You have to have God consciousness. And what that means is the love, or that you endeavor for the welfare of others. That's what love is. Love is not just a feeling. You get a feeling when you're actually in the act of expressing and feeling appreciation for your beloved and for life and the giving of that. There's no fear. And then everything works magically. Not a Harry Potter phony, digital reality that people want to get lost in. denying that they have divine magic, which is superior. It is sweet. It is precious. It's fun. It's magnificent. And it's you.